Welcome, guys, to another episode of Where in the World is JoJo? So, for this episode, I actually went all the way to Mexico and the capital, which is Mexico, Ciudad de Mexico, Mexico City. Now, the first thing that I actually went to see was Xochimilco. Xochimilco is a natural river. And I met this lovely friend, which was a very, very beautiful snake that actually fell in love with me. About this river, guys, it's actually natural source and it still provides a lot of life to modern day in Mexico City. And it's also well known for parties on these boats and on the water. We have everything from food, music, and much more. This is the park that is called Bosque de Chapultepec, and it's super big and you find everything, and I think it's as big as Central Park. Now here we actually have one of the most known places in Mexico City, which is La Basílica de Guadalupe. It's a very holy place. It actually has two churches and the basilica, which is, another church. Up this waterfall, there's another surprise. So we go up these stairs that they're long. You basically go up a hill, and look at how beautiful this is, guys. Like, honestly, these stairs are amazing. And to my left, there's actually wheelchair access because you go all the way up to this lovely little church that is very spiritual, and obviously people want to go up there and pray. And it has one of the best views, as you guys can see, and these lovely angels protecting the city. And there it is, guys, the church. Another thing that I found amazing was these museums. So the first museum is Museo de Sumaya. I don't know if I'm pronouncing it right, but it's a very modern museum. Unfortunately, it was closed due to COVID. So we just got to look, from the outside. But it's still beautiful, still a great view. Another monument / museum is this one right here, and it's called Monumento de la Revolución. And actually behind it, there's the museum, but once again, it was closed because of COVID. Still such a great view, guys. And one of another famous known places in Mexico, Palacio Bellas Artes, translated to Palace of the Beautiful Arts. Again, it was closed. We did go to the magic city of the Pyramids of the Sun. They were unfortunately closed, but we did get to explore the caves that a natural volcano, years and thousands of years, made happen. So this volcano created these caves. And here we have all the natural resources of the indigenous people that they would use. And actually there's real skeletons down here, guys. I'm not kidding. There's 93 caves and only 3 have restaurants in them. And this is one of the ones that has restaurants. So to our right, we went inside this special place where this civilization had rituals that were up to like 6 to 8 hours, and it was for cleansing and purifying the soul. They would light a fire and they would practice their, religious rituals around it. After the rituals, they actually would, to complete it all, they would jump into a pool that you guys are going to see next. It's like a body of water, small pool, this one, to, complete the ritual and complete the purification. After the pool, they would actually stand at an exact location on this cave where the sun hit at the right moment, at the right time, midday, special time of the year, special time in the calendar. This is a dog that was very known among the civilization, and actually, if you guys can see under the dog, there are real skulls from thousands of years of this specific doll. I think it's called Xixinquile or something like that. So now the guide is taking us to more real human bones from thousands of years. This is actually amazing. These bones are from a child, as you guys can see. And this child children were known to be buried with their friend, which was those dogs that these civilization had. As I mentioned before, the restaurants, there's only 3 restaurants in the cave, and this is one of them. It had a bar, it had great food, guys, music, you name it, lights. It was amazing. Everything, of course, following COVID guidelines. And they had the last on the floor would had more human bones. It was really cool. So now she's taking us to where the civilization used to think this image, that there was an image of a god. So the volcano basically created this, and up here where I don't think you guys can see it, but up here to the front of the cave, there's a so-called god, or the image of this god, and they would praise him around this circle. These are artifacts that this civilization would use to light a fire, to drink off of, when they would be honoring and glorifying this image that was the god of the underworld. Now we are in a chocolate little small factory, which is pure like chocolate. It's the pure like cacao bean. So it's not as sweet as the chocolate that we all taste. They grind it up in this little machine, or actually rather a big machine, and it's homemade. And now this is a small town called San Martin, and this is another beautiful church. Actually, COVID was very rare here, no cases at all. And we also found great food. I love going to church, guys, because I feel, if or not you don't believe in religion, I feel that church has a lot of history, and I'm a lover of history. So wherever I go, I make sure I visit 1 or 2 churches. So now this is the Zócalo. This is where the president lives, to the right, and then it's the famous Zócalo, which is a governmental building, and there's also a church here, guys. Very Spaniard looking, and that was my trip to Mexico City.